Here's an example of an absolute devilish GCSE recurring decimals question. We have to solve this algebraic fraction for eggs, where a and b, these unknown values, well, not unknown values, these numbers are recurring decimals. So, how should we go about doing it? This would definitely be a grade 9 style recurring decimals question. So, in my opinion, what we should do is rearrange for x first, get some expression in terms of a and b, then convert these to decimals, and then simplify. Okay? So, how do you rearrange for x here? What happened to x? We multiplied it by 3, we subtracted 5a, we divided the whole thing by 1 minus 2b, then we added 2. So, the first thing we're going to do is going to subtract 2 from both sides. So, subtracting 2 from both sides, we'll get 3x minus 5a over 1 minus 2b is, so 9 over 2, subtracting 2, if I do it now here, subtracting 2 is 2 over 1, which is 4 over 2, 9 minus 4, 5 over 2. So we get 5 over 2 here. The next thing we might want to do here is get rid of denominators. So I'm going to put a bracket around this and a bracket around this. If there's more than one term, always protect it. Then I'm going to multiply both sides by 2 to get rid of this denominator of 2. And I'm going to multiply both sides by 1 minus 2b to get rid of this denominator, which ends up being 2 multiplied by this and 5 multiplied by this. So, cross multiplying here, we're going to get 2 lots of 3x minus 5a is 5 lots of 1 minus 2b. Okay. Then we need to expand everything. So here we get 6x minus 2 times 5, 10. A is 5 minus 10b. Okay, so 6x minus 10a, 5 minus 10b. Remember, we're rearranging for x, right? So we're going to move this to this side. So the minus 10a, we move it to this side, will become a plus 10a. So we have 6x is 5 plus 10a minus 10b. And we're going to divide the whole thing by 6. Now, I think at the moment, I might leave it like this. Let's work out what 10a and 10b are. And then we can divide our final answer by 6. Okay, so now let's use an algebraic strategy to convert these into decimals. So the way we do that is we let x equal this, and then we convert. Now, because we're already using x, I'll use a different letter. Let's use y. So let's let y, now I'm going to write it underneath because of, we're going to do multiplication after, 0.4777 ... When one number's recurring, you multiply by 10, 2 numbers recurring, 100, etc. So because the dot is only on the 7, one number's recurring, we're going to multiply by 10. So 10y, moving the decimal place, we're going to get 4.7777 ... Then we subtract to get rid of that recurrence. 10y minus y is 9y. Here you can see all the 7's end up cancelling. 7 minus 4, 3, and then 4. Then we divide by 9, which is 4.3 over 9, times top and bottom by 10, 43 over 90. Okay, so that is, I mean, to be honest, I could have actually called it A, right? Because all of these were A, which I'm going to do to avoid confusion. Makes sense. Alright, so we'll call them A. That's clean right there. Alright, so we have 10, A, 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 A. Okay. Right. Now let's do the same thing with B. Now B is 0.23 recurring. So B is 0.232323 ... So now there's 2 numbers recurring, going to multiply by 100. Okay, so our decimal place moves twice, we'll get 23.232323 ... Cancel, 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 cancel. From subtracting, we're going to get 99b is 23. So B is 23 over 99. Right. This is messy, man. Anyway, we have 10A minus 10B. We'll do that bit first, and then we'll add 5. So we're doing 10A. So we're doing 10 times A. And then we're subtracting 10B. Alright. Here we can cross cancel. Here 10 goes into both numbers, so we get 43 over 9. Over here nothing happens. So we're left with 43 over 9, subtract 230 over 99. So to simplify all of that, we're going to have to find a common denominator, which means I'm going to times top and bottom by 11. Now, how do we times 43 by 11? The quickest way to do that is you split up the terms, so you write them separately, 4, 3, then you add them up to get the middle, 7. Okay, 473 over 99, pretty cool, right? Minus 230 over 99. Okay, what do we get when we subtract them? It becomes 3 take away 0, 3. 7 take away 3, quattro. 4 take away 2, 2 over 99. Now we need to do 5 plus that. So we need to do 5 plus all of that. And I am running out of space. Do we need that anymore? Don't think so. Let's go ahead and remove the question. Don't think the question's relevant anymore. Unless I've made a mistake, which, fingers crossed, I haven't. Because if I have, then you will never see this version. So, we're doing 5 plus all that. So we're doing 5 plus 243 over 99. Which means we're going to write that over 1. And then we have to multiply 5 by 99. Which you could do 5 times 100 and then subtract 5, right? So to do 5 times 99, I'm going to write as 5 times 99 is 100, take away 1. So that's 500, take away 5, 495. So, you know, these are just tricks you guys can use in non-calculator papers to, you know, simplify all of these problems much faster. So I'm going to do 495, so it's going to be 495 over 99. 495 plus 243. Alright, so still don't need to slowly start removing these bits. To be honest, I don't really need anything until this 6 bit here. Right, so we have 8, 9 plus 4, 13, 5, 7. 738 is what this is. So 738 over 99. So 6x is 738 over 99. I'm wondering if this simplifies, and it does, because if you add all the digits here, you get 18, which is divisible by 9. We can actually divide top and bottom by 9 here. So the denominator divided by 9 is 11. How many 9s go into 738? Where do I have space? I'll do it here. 738. How many 9s go into 7? Can't. How many 9s go into 73? 9 times 8 is 9 times 9 is 81. So it's 9 times 8. 9 times 8 is 72. When you subtract it, you get 1. So 82. 82 over 11. And then we divide by 6. I don't think that simplifies anymore, because 11 is just 1 and 11, right? Which doesn't go into 82. So we divide by 6, which would simplify, though, because the 6 in denominator gets 66, which are both even. So what I'm going to do before is I'm going to divide both sides by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And 82 divided by 2 is 41. And then we divide by 3. So x is 41 over 33 is my final answer. That is an absolutely horrible question to do with recurring decimals and all of that good stuff. So guys, if you learned something today, I'd appreciate if you hit the like button, subscribe for more maths content, and I'll see you in the next example. Nice.